The announcement sent shockwaves across the world when the words appeared online. Maxwell Chikumbutso's MSED now available on bank Lease in America. For years, the mysterious self-powered energy device had been surrounded by curiosity, debate, and disbelief. Now, the claim that it was entering the American market through a legitimate financial channel changed everything. People wanted to know one thing above all: what's the price, and how can you actually get it? The story began quietly, with reports surfacing on social media that a few US-based renewable energy financiers had partnered with SEF Technologies. Screenshots of documents and leaked emails hinted at something real, a leasing model that would bring the MSED into homes, businesses, and even small factories across several American states. Within hours, news outlets and tech bloggers picked it up. The phrase, bank-backed lease, gave legitimacy to something long considered too radical to be accepted by traditional systems. Maxwell Chikumbutso, a Zimbabwean inventor, had become a global icon for his bold inventions, particularly the MSED, a compact, self-sustaining energy device that could allegedly power entire homes without fuel, solar, or external input. For years, skeptics called it a perpetual motion hoax. But supporters saw it as the dawn of a new energy age. The idea that a US bank might now be willing to lease this technology made it seem like the world was finally starting to believe. Early reports described the leasing model as similar to an electric car lease: monthly payments over several years, with optional buyout at the end. The supposed entry price shocked many observers. According to sources close to the negotiations, the MSED units were being valued between $7,000 and $9,500 for household models, and around $25,000 for commercial-grade units. Compared to the cost of solar installations, batteries, and maintenance, this was revolutionary. It meant that for less than half the cost of going off-grid, you could lease a self-sustained energy generator. The claim didn't stop there. Apparently, customers wouldn't even need to buy it outright. Through a structured lease agreement, the MSED could be installed with zero upfront payment, as long as the customer qualified for energy credit approval. That instantly made it comparable to how banks lease electric vehicles or renewable systems. If true, it meant the MSED wasn't just an African prototype anymore. It had entered the global finance system. Tech analysts began debating the implications. Would this make America the first Western country to publicly adopt Chikumbutso's invention? Or was this an isolated pilot program designed to test performance and credibility? Videos of supposed installation sites in Texas, Nevada, and Florida began to circulate. In one clip, a small family home showed an MSED unit humming quietly near a wall, lights glowing as a man described how his house had been off-grid for weeks. Another video showed technicians wearing SEF Technologies logos working beside a bank representative, reviewing papers. None of it could be fully verified, yet the visuals looked convincing. Then came the biggest confirmation hint, an image of a financial document that appeared to bear the logo of a mid-sized American bank outlining MSED energy equipment lease terms. The document listed monthly payment schedules, early termination clauses, and a serial number linked to a pilot device. Real, that meant it wasn't just talk anymore. Official leasing meant the MSED had crossed into mainstream business. News outlets tried to contact both SEF Technologies and Maxwell Chikumbutso for statements. SEF Technologies remained silent, but a short message appeared on one of Chikumbutso's official community pages. "We're grateful for the faith the world is showing. Innovation belongs to everyone." That single line fueled even more speculation. Was this quiet confirmation, or just a polite acknowledgement of global attention? Industry insiders say that before any foreign technology gets bank approval in America, it undergoes rigorous technical validation. That meant the MSED might have already passed undisclosed tests. If so, this was an enormous moment in energy history. A non-fuel, non-solar, self-sustaining device entering the US financial ecosystem. Still, some question the legality and oversight. Who certifies a device that doesn't fit traditional energy definitions? Would the Department of Energy or FCC need to step in? No clear answer was available. Despite the confusion, interest surged. Renewable energy forums filled with heated discussions. Some users claimed they had applied for pre-orders through small clean energy financing startups. Others said it was all a scam using Chikumbutso's name. But amid the noise, one thing was clear: something big was unfolding. Financial analysts speculated that banks saw a massive opportunity. If the MSED truly worked as claimed, leasing it could become a trillion-dollar industry. Unlike solar, which depends on weather and expensive batteries, a self-powered generator meant constant supply, lower maintenance, and universal scalability. For banks, that meant recurring revenue. For users, that meant freedom from utility bills. For Maxwell Chikumbutso, that meant validation on the world's biggest economic stage. Supporters called it poetic justice. After years of being ignored, dismissed, or shadow banned, his invention had forced its way into the American market through financial pragmatism rather than media hype. The lease system made sense. People might not believe the tech yet, but they were willing to pay small monthly fees to try it out. That strategy removed risk for both the banks and the inventor. As more people tested it, more evidence would surface. If successful, this could be the fastest adoption curve in modern energy history. By the end of the week, several YouTube channels claimed to have seen official pricing documents showing exact figures. A small household model reportedly leased for $120 per month, with a zero-maintenance contract for 5 years. A mid-size commercial unit was listed at $480 per month for a 20 kilowatts equivalent capacity. The numbers aligned with what early insiders had leaked. Everything seemed to point toward a quiet rollout, not a flashy launch, but a methodical test phase under real-world banking supervision. Then, slowly, the tone of discussion began to change. People noticed inconsistencies. Some of the supposed bank documents disappeared from social media. Other accounts posting confirmations suddenly went private. A few users said their pre-order forms bounced back. Was this a soft recall, a rumor cleanup, or an intentional cover-up? That's when the rumor phase truly began. Some said the entire leasing program was staged by independent enthusiasts, not by official US banks. Others believed Seth Technologies was running a closed beta test and didn't want premature attention. A few voices whispered something deeper, that the banks had backed out under pressure. They suggested that certain energy lobbies and federal departments intervened, fearing the disruption of such a radical invention. The rumor mill caught fire. Reddit threads filled with speculative theories. Some users claimed insiders told them that the MSED units did reach the US, but were immediately classified under confidential testing agreements. Others said they saw container shipments marked industrial energy prototypes arriving in ports linked to renewable companies. Could this be true? Maybe, maybe not. There was no official proof, only patterns and silence. What made the mystery even thicker was the timing. Around the same week, several clean energy patents related to wireless power transfer and magnetic resonance systems were filed by new shell companies. Were these coincidences or attempts to rebrand Chikumbutso's concepts under local names? Nobody could say for sure. The inventor himself stayed quiet, neither confirming nor denying the American Lease story. That silence spoke volumes. It left room for both belief and doubt, two powerful forces that fuel innovation movements. Some believed the leasing news was a deliberate test balloon to gauge public and institutional reaction. If it went well, it would justify a real rollout. If it triggered too much resistance, it could be quietly withdrawn. That's how disruptive tech often enters the market, not through official press releases, but through whispers, leaks, and limited pilots. The rumor side also claimed that the bank involved was not one of the traditional Wall Street giants, but rather a consortium of regional green energy lenders trying to experiment outside federal oversight. That would make sense since larger institutions are often hesitant to associate with unverified technologies. Still, skeptics pointed out that even small banks require regulatory approval before offering leases on energy-generating equipment. If this truly happened, it couldn't stay hidden for long. Then there's the theory that the entire pricing leak was orchestrated by marketing strategists to test consumer behavior. By pretending the product was available, they could measure how many people would actually be willing to pay or lease it. This reverse psychology launch technique isn't new. Major companies have used it before to create viral curiosity. If that's true, it means the MSED lease story may have been a social experiment rather than a real event. But if it wasn't, and if the leaked prices were genuine, then America just witnessed the quiet beginning of the energy revolution. It's possible that confidentiality agreements prevent banks and SED technologies from speaking openly. Many high-tech industries use NDAs until pilot results are verified. So perhaps the silence isn't denial, but procedure. In that case, early 2026 could see the official confirmation of the first U.S. leasing wave. Some rumors even suggest specific states, Texas, Nevada, and Arizona, have already approved small-scale MSED use under renewable exemption clauses. Others go as far as saying that off-grid communities are testing MSED-powered microgrids under anonymous company names. Videos posted from these areas show strange, box-like units emitting no noise or exhaust, yet running electrical systems flawlessly. Skeptics counter that these could simply be advanced battery banks, misidentified as MSEDs. But believers say the consistency, silence, and size match Chikumbutso's known designs. Could both sides be right in some way? Maybe the technology exists, but not exactly as claimed. Maybe it uses a hybrid form of resonance energy rather than self-power in the magical sense. That's the gray area, where science meets perception. Some experts say the U.S. banking world would never risk reputation on unverified tech unless internal teams saw genuine proof. That implies that, at least at some point, testing must have occurred behind closed doors. If true, this could explain the sudden retraction of public materials, perhaps due to regulatory classification or competitive secrecy. Energy giants could easily lobby to slow public rollout while preparing their own alternatives. After all, a self-sustaining power source threatens billions in fossil and renewable investments. This tension between belief, business, and bureaucracy forms the core of the MSED mystery. Maxwell Chikumbutso himself remains a symbol of possibility. Every time his name resurfaces, it divides audiences between awe and skepticism. But no one can deny that his inventions have influenced discussions in labs, startups, and even government research groups. So whether the MSED bank lease in America is fully real, partially real, or completely mythical, its impact is already tangible. It has forced people to reimagine what energy independence really means. It has challenged the monopoly of conventional energy systems. It has made ordinary people ask, what if free energy was never a fantasy, but just delayed? And that question alone shifts power. If the MSED truly entered the U.S. leasing system, history will record it as the first time an African inventor's technology bypassed skepticism and entered Western finance directly. If it didn't, the idea itself may push others to make it happen for real. Sometimes rumors create reality. Sometimes, reality hides beneath rumors. For now, both seem to be dancing together. Maybe the leaked pricing was a glimpse of the future, a future where anyone can power their life without fear of the meter. Or maybe it was a mirage, a spark that ignited imagination while the real revolution quietly brews in laboratories. Either way, the story of the MSED on bank lease in America has already changed how we think about technology adoption. It's a mirror reflecting what people truly want: freedom, independence, and trust in innovation. The truth may surface soon. Until then, people will keep searching, speculating, and dreaming. Because behind every rumor lies the possibility of something world-changing waiting to be revealed. And whether the MSED lease is real or not, one thing is undeniable: the world is ready for it.